the Global Citizenship Education Youth Network, where learning has no boundaries. This is GCED Talks. I am 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗀𝗧, your GCED Youth Ambassador from 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗀𝗬𝗓 University, Mindanao. I'm currently in my third year pursuing a degree in early childhood education. Today, I'll be sharing a story close to my heart, one that speaks out youth leadership, purpose, and the power of education to shape more just a peaceful world. Before I officially became a GCED Youth Ambassador, I was already doing my part in the community. As a leader of the student government, I am currently the General Secretary. I help lead classroom activities, organize youth programs, and join civic work that supported education and community service. These experiences made me realize that young people can already make a big difference, even in small ways. When I became the General Secretary of the student government, I learned that leadership isn't just about school. It should go beyond the campus and into the community where help is needed. I also serve as in our church, where I lead fun and meaningful activities for kids like games, Bible stories, and small projects. As a church officer, I help organize events and make sure that young voices were heard. It taught me the value of kindness, compassion, and empathy. In our barangay, I joined meetings and took part in different community activities. I attended youth assemblies, helped in cleanup drives, and volunteered during events. I always showed up not just as a student, but as someone who truly cared. Looking back, I realized that something is very important. I was already living the values of global citizenship. I was listening, including others, and creating space for young people to grow and lead even before I had the title of GCED Ambassador. Of course, just like any other journey, promoting global citizenship education, or GCED, came from some challenges. One of the first challenges I noticed was that many people didn't really understand what GCED means. Some people thought it was only for big international groups or like a global meetings. They didn't realize that global citizenship also happens in our everyday lives, in how we treat others and how we solve problems. Another big challenge was low youth participation. Even though many young people are passionate and full of great ideas, they often don't get the chance to speak up or like take part. Some feel like their voices don't matter, or didn't even know enough like to help. But with the nearly 500,000 youths aged 15 to 24 in 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗀𝗬𝗓, that's a lot of potential we're missing if you don't help them get involved. A third challenge was lack of the time and resources. As a student, I had to balance schoolwork, leadership talks, tasks, and community work all at the same time. It wasn't easy, but I learned to manage my time and make the most of what I have. We also saw that even in areas with high basic literacy, there are still gaps in learning for quality. For example, basic literacy rate in 𝗘𝗽𝗶 at 91.2% according to the Philippine Statistical Authority 2023. But many students still struggle with reading comprehension and don't have access to good learning materials, especially in far and underserved communities. That makes it harder to understand complex topics like global citizenship, and even harder to engage meaningful in discussions. But instead of letting these challenges stop me, I saw them as opportunities to grow. By talking to people in the community and listening in their needs. We realized that GCED needs to be more local and youth-friendly. It should be shared in language in simple ways we can relate to. And through real experiences we face every day, these challenges lead to the creation of the GCED on Train. Today, I'm very excited to share my youth-led project called GCED on Train, building capacities for a global future. This project was created to bring the idea of the Global Citizenship Education, or GCED, closer to young people, especially to those who live in local or faraway communities. Our goal is simple: to help the youth become active, informed, and responsible members of their communities and world. We want to teach values like peace, respect, empathy, and social responsibility through real experiences, leadership, and learning. As part of this project, I was invited to speak during 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀𝗀 2025 in Barangay Tagonan, Tabina, Surigao del Sur. I talked about how young people can lead, speak up, and help build peace in their communities. I reminded them that leadership doesn't depend on age or where you live. Anyone can make a difference, even starting with small acts. Later on, I also had a chance to speak at my alma mater, Santa Fe Elementary School, during their school-based journalism conference. I shared how media and writing can help young people share stories that promote truth, respect, and understanding. Even young writers can use their voice to create things and even make change. These two events, one in community and one in my old school, show that GCED is not just for big cities or big classrooms. It belongs in every corner in our country, wherever there are young minds ready to learn and lead. This work is important because the world is connected, and many problems we face, like climate change, conflict, or inequality, need young people to be aware and involved. When we teach global values at the local level, we prepare youth to take action and become more like something bigger to see to ourselves as the global citizens. We also start to believe that we can shape a better world together. I've learned that leadership is not just about the positions, it is about the purpose. Being a GCED advocate means being a bridge, connecting people, ideas, and hearts. It means leading with empathy, listening deeply, and acting with integrity. Education, conversation can inspire someone to volunteer, speak up, and dream bigger. GCED is not abstract. It's in how we resolve conflicts, care for the environment, and treat others with dignity. As a future educator, I've realized that GCED starts with a simple classroom practices. Teaching respect, cooperation, and global awareness. Change begins with where we can flourish through collaboration. Looking ahead, we plan to integrate GCED principles into the early childhood education by developing age-appropriate lessons that teach empathy, diversity, and peace. I also hope to collaborate with more student organizations and local communities in the Mindanao to expand our reach and continue spreading the message of the global citizenship. My dream, our dream, is to build a network of young change makers who are ready to lead with compassion and create a lasting impact in their communities. to inspire global citizens is to share one story filled with empathy, courage, hope that reminds us every voice matters. Please share your thoughts, questions, and reflections in the comments. And we'd love to hear from you. And also don't forget to like, share, and spread the message of the Global Citizenship Education to inspire more young people to become change makers. Once again, I am 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀 your GCED Youth Ambassador from 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀 University, and this has been the GCED Club, where learning has no boundaries.
I used to think leadership was about confidence, decisions, and standing in front of thousands of individuals. But one day, I realized and learned that it's also about sitting down, forming a dialogue with them, listening to them, understanding them, and feeling what others people feel. That's empathy, and it changed the way I lead. A pleasant afternoon to every one of us. It is a pleasure to have you all with us today. Welcome to another episode of the online series of the Global Citizenship Education Youth Network, where learning has no boundaries. This is GCED Talks. I am Anthony Matthew M. Furacan, but you can call me Matt, or just Kuya Matt, from 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀 Surigao del Sur, a leader, a storyteller, an advocate, a listener. And currently, I am one of the GCED Youth Ambassador for this campus, serving as the Executive Director for Mindanao of GCED Youth Network. And I'm here to journey with you through today's inspiring episode. We will be exploring our youth-led projects and my initiatives with the goal of promoting global citizenship and encouraging meaningful youth engagement. Next slide. Way back in high school, I was just an amateur, someone who wanted change and be part of it. It was during the pandemic when I boosted my leadership skills. My friends and I, 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀 and 𝗘𝗽𝗔𝗍, decided to run for the highest student position, determined to make a difference despite the challenges. Conducting face-to-face activities was nearly impossible, but that didn't stop us. We carried our project to a hybrid setup, including one where we taught students how to read and distribute food bags, because at the height of the pandemic, literacy rates began to decline while there was an influx of malnutrition. But among all the things we did, the most unforgettable moment that fueled my passion to lead even more was when we extended our help to the victims of Typhoon Odette in Surigao City. We collected donations and traveled for nearly 8 hours just to reach them. We arrived at Barangay Punta Bilar, one of the hardest hit areas, and I witnessed a heartbreaking sight. Homes shattered, families grieving, people crying for help. That experience itself changed me. It opened my eyes to what leadership truly means, not just by making plans for leading projects, but feeling what others people feel, feeling them with their pain. In that moment, I learned that real leadership is rooted in empathy.
Now in my university days, I chose the path of student leadership, which has strengthened my skills in decision-making, communication, and collaboration. As a social studies major, I was introduced to global citizenship education, a reminder that while I'm proud to be a Filipino, I'm also part of a greater global community. During this phase, I initiated several projects aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals and various centers of participation. One of these is 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀, Nurturing the Soul of Philippine Nationalism, a 2-part project that includes a 3-session online program and the distribution of printed information on handheld funds for passengers' daily use. Its main goal is to deepen understanding of students and beneficiaries on Philippine nationalism and its vital role in shaping our nation's future. This initiative originally began as a course requirement with my group, but I soon realized its greater significance, especially in promoting active citizenship. Because of that, I decided to continue this project even on my own, carrying its advocacy forward. My journey started in my own barangay during the Linggo ng Kabataan, where I spoke about the importance of nationalism to the youth, student leaders, and out-of-school youth. To ensure inclusivity and better understanding, I delivered my talk in both Filipino and Bisaya. Next, I visited Barangay Maliksi, a neighboring yet distant community. Despite the distance, no amount of challenge could hinder my determination to spread this advocacy. I was warmly welcomed by the people, and I went home with a heart full of fulfillment. Most recently, I reached Barangay Novale in Municipality of Rosario, Agusan del Sur, the farthest area I have visited so far.
I traveled nearly 4 hours from my hometown Tagbinak to continue sharing the message of nationalism. Through all of these efforts, I'm so proud and fulfilled as I do this alone. In my 3rd year, together with my classmates and under the supervision of our course professor, we implemented Project Bugsay, Buhat sa Uswag, Gugma sa Kahayag, Susi sa Aksyon, Yano ang Pagbago. Or in English, Act of Progress, Love of Knowledge, the Key to Action, Simplicity in Change. This project focused on promoting literacy and instilling core values among the elementary students of Cordova Elementary School. We utilized instructional materials we had created in our previous course, which highlighted Philippine history and the Filipino values that promote patriotism and nationalism. Aligned with our training as social studies pre-service teachers, each grade level was assigned a teacher to handle lessons, and we concluded the project by donating the instructional materials to the school. Third is we have Bagani, Balanced AI Empowered Generation of Accountable Next-Gen Initiators, the Bagani Approach, an extension project of the student government during my leadership in collaboration with the previous administrations. This innovative project was conducted in 2 sessions, the first on October 16, 2024, and the second and final phase in April this year. It aimed to empower student leaders through AI by helping them understand the use of artificial intelligence tools responsibly and effectively in learning and also in leadership. Through this program, we are able to train 150 students from Prosperidad National High School, our partner school, nurturing future leaders who can harness technology for social good and innovation. All of this project were born out of my deep sense of empathy and care for others. As a social studies major, I believe that empathy should go beyond our feelings. It must transform into meaningful action. This belief inspired me to participate in the GCED Youth Camp training held in Tagaytay City, which became one of the most unforgettable moments of my leadership journey. During the camp, I had the opportunity to engage and collaborate with the youth leaders from the different parts of the Philippines, exchanging ideas and learning from their diverse experiences. Through this training, I gained valuable insights and accepted the challenge of becoming a GCED Youth Ambassador. As part of my involvement, I also participated in the election of the executive officers of the GCED Youth Network, where I was further inspired to promote global citizenship among the youth. Together with my fellow ambassador, Jana, we presented our flagship project entitled GCED on Trail, Building Capacities for a Global Future. This three-phase initiative aims to strengthen the values of global citizenship and social responsibility among young people. The first phase has already been successfully completed, while the second phase, Magbasa Ta, cultivating global citizenship through reading, storytelling, and play, promotes literacy and global awareness through interactive learning activities. The third and final phase, 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗀𝗚𝗬𝗀, becoming global citizens in the digital age, seeks to involve the youth sector in an identified community, empowering them to become responsible and tech-savvy individuals who use digital tools to foster global understanding and create positive change. Through these projects, I've come to understand that we can all be global citizens in both small and big ways. As long as we choose to take action, get involved, and use our skills and compassion to make a difference in our communities and beyond. 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗀𝗚 taught me that nationalism lives through action and connection with people. Project Bugsay reminded me that education shaped not only minds but also values. Bagani showed me the power of using technology responsibly to lead and inspire others. And through GCED Youth Camp and GCED on Trail, I realized that being a leader also means being a global citizen, open-minded, inclusive, and committed to positive change. These experiences will continue to humble my heart, humble me, and guide me to lead with empathy and purpose. Building on these meaningful experiences, I am inspired to continue promoting nationalism, education, and global citizenship through sustainable community projects and youth involvement.
May we all continue to lead with compassion, act with courage, and inspire others to create meaningful change. One step, one voice, and one action at a time. Once again, I am Anthony Matthew M. Puracan. Thank you so much.